Hi, I'm Hayden. Um, this is my presentation, Drones in Construction. Here's the presentation outline. Start off with purpose and benefits of drone use in construction. Um, Next, we have how drones are changing the industry. Then we got our drone usage costs. Next is the types of drones used in construction. Got a slide showing the parts of drones, the drone operating laws and safety measures for construction job sites, um, what softwares are required to use drones or required for drones on site. Then we go over a little bit about how LiDAR works and what that's used for. And then we have our fun facts about drones, the summary, and then the test your knowledge questions. Okay, so what is the purpose of using drones for construction? Um, they help with site analysis, so they can kind of fly over the site and just get a layout easier than somebody driving around or walking around. Then you have your planning and design. They really give you like a bird's eye view of the site, so mapping out your plans and what you're building is a lot easier. Then you have asset inventory. Um, Instead of walking, you can just fly your drone over all your machines and materials on site and kind of get a rough estimate count of what your inventory is looking like. Project report and collaboration. That's just makes it easier for the GCs to communicate with the subs, I guess, um, based on drone footage and pictures and images on site. Resolving disputes. I guess that would be more like a surveying dispute. Maybe a surveyor is claiming that the grade isn't correct or something along those lines, and you could use a drone to just kind of fly over and maybe analyze the grade and see who is correct. Um, Drones are usually used in the early development stages for site evals, and then we got a cool little picture of what a drone would look like on site. Next, we have benefits of using drones. Obviously, it increases efficiency, less walking, less time spending surveying when your drone can just swoop over and take a picture of the site much easier than a person could. You have reduced expenses, so all that time you're going to be paying your guys to walk around and do whatever they need to do. A drone could do in a lot less time, so you're not paying as much. Improve safety standards. You can fly your drone around and see if all your scaffolding, your uh, fencing around site is good and safe. And then improved data accuracy. So it's a robot. Humans have human error. Drones probably have maybe a little bit less error because they're robotic and they can calculate stuff automatically. Okay, how are they changing the construction industry? Clarity, help clear things up. Um, like we talked about earlier, disputes and all that can really help solve some issues, improve timelines. So they help with scheduling. Um, they help get stuff done faster, which speeds up your schedule, whether it's an hour, 30 minutes you're saving. I mean, that's time that can be allocated somewhere else. So, protected areas. So, drones help to identify protected areas easier and proactively address impact on natural resources. So, that's just kind of like talking about I guess making it easier to identify the trees that you need to save or bodies of water that need to be taken care of while your job site is being built. General cost of a drone mapping on average is about $150 to $400 an hour. I'm sure in different states and different places it differs quite a bit, but that was just the average that I found. And then drone costs can be anywhere from $2,500 to 15,000. I mean, it's just kind of a rough estimate. I know some drones are pretty cheap, probably a lot cheaper than 2,500, but for construction purposes, I would imagine that they're around that cost for at least the cheaper ones. And then I know that they can get over $15,000. That's just, like I said, a rough estimate. And then your drone cost per acre for like hiring a guy to come out and do surveying on site with the drone. The average on that is about $60 to $160 per acre. So that can get pretty pricey, as you could imagine. And then we have the different types of drones used in construction. I'm sure there's more than these two, but I'm pretty sure these are just kind of the two of the main ones. You got your multi-rotor drones. Um, they have a central body and multiple rotors. Those are, I think, the most common, the ones that everybody's probably seen. We have a couple of them on our job site. And then your fixed wing VTOL drones. I've personally never seen anybody use one of these, but I'm sure that they're out there. It kind of looks like a airplane, but yeah. Okay, and then you got your breakdown of just like the features and parts of a drone: front camera, main structure, the blades, landing gear, battery pack, antenna, you know. And then the picture on the right kind of goes over more into detail: microphones, pressure sensor, magnetometer, proximity sensor, just stuff like that, fancy gizmos. Okay, and then here's the operating safety and FFA regulation. So FFA stands for the Federal Aviation Administration, which is like the group or organization that is kind of in charge of people flying drones. They make all the laws and regulations, rules of what is safe and what's not for drone usage, just general use as well as construction use. So one of their rules is that they require drones weighing more than 55 pounds to be registered and labeled with a registration number. Um, and then also, if somebody is going to pilot a drone, they have to have a license administered from FAA, and you can obtain that by taking like a short test with them, and then you get certified, and then you get your license, which will allow you to fly on construction sites as well. Um, Once the job does get a drone, I know that the pilot is the only person authorized at any time to use that drone for safety reasons. Um, and then drones on site cannot fly higher than 400 feet from the ground, and the maximum speed you're supposed to go is 100 miles per hour. I'm sure not too many people really follow that though. Okay, and then your requirements for drone usage on site. Obviously, you have to have like some sort of hardware for the like drone to kind of map out, as you can see in the little picture there. And then you have to have a drone operator on site to fly the drone that's trained and certified with FAA, obviously. So a little bit about like how drones like do their surveying is with LiDAR. Um, it says that measurements are taken by the drone and sent by a short laser pulse, which converts the time lapse between outgoing light pulses and the detection of the reflected backscattered light pulse. I guess to kind of like dumb that down, the drone just like shoots lasers, and that gives it, I guess, a 3D imaging. I guess it could be thermal, as seen in the picture on there of your job site. which you could probably take and put on some sort of hardware on your computer and kind of look around at the site that way. And then photogrammetry, the drones take a burst of photos, buildings, persons, environments, and convert them into a 3D model using a number of computer algorithms. So it's kind of like LiDAR, but not really. Instead of lasers, it's just taking a bunch of pictures at the same time. Interesting drone facts. Construction industry has seen a 239% increase of drone usage in the last few years. Drones have increased job site safety by about 55%. The FAA administered its first commercial permit for drone flying in 2006. And finally, when equipped with drones, construction companies reported a 65% increase in communication and a 53% reduction in time in analyzing data insights. So, just some random cool facts about drones and construction. Okay, and then here's a summary. I'm probably not going to sit here and read the whole thing, as y'all can probably read it yourselves. But yeah, there's just like kind of the gist of this presentation. And then we have the test your knowledge questions. I'm not really sure if I'm supposed to like read these and like kind of just spit out the answer, or if there's gonna be like a thing where we're supposed to go back and like look for the answers or something like that. But um, these questions are pretty like straightforward. And then if you're really having trouble, I know that all the stuff that is retains to these questions is like highlighted in red throughout the presentation, so you can just like go back and I don't know, find the answer really easy. Shouldn't be too hard. And then here's my sources cited. Boring stuff. But yeah, other than that, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching, I guess.